Okay, we now have our morning work, Daily Common Core Review 10-2. Let's take a look and make sure, first things first, that we put our name up here at the top. Let's be sure we have that. And if I was you, I would make sure I write a lot neater than Mr. Brigette did. Okay, let's go on. Take a look. Number 1, we have Alexandria has 24 flowers. She puts the same number of flowers in each of her vases. How many flowers will be in each vase? Notice, very, very, very important, how many flowers will be in each vase. It would be totally unfair if, let's say, you gave this vase more than this vase. That would be very unfair. That vase would be very disappointed, and so would this vase. So, as always, with splitting things equally, our 24 flowers, we need to make sure things are equal. All right, let's take a look. Now, I could, if I wanted to, go ahead and draw, if I wanted to, out of here, our 24 flowers. We could say that's 2, 4, 6, 8 flowers, and I could say, 2, 4, 6 flowers. Then I could say 7, 8, 9 flowers, 10, 11, 12 flowers, and I could keep going, and then I double that, another 12. But I do know we've been working on a lot of division recently. So there is a division number sentence that will help me in this problem. I'm going to have 24, and I'm going to divide by the number of vases. The number of vases in this problem. Let's take a look. We have 1 vase, 2 vases, 3 vases. 3 of them. I need to split 24 flowers 3 ways. So I'm going to divide it 3 ways and see what happens. Well, I do know a fact that gives me 3 times a number is 24. That would help. And we've heard about the inverse operation being the opposite. So 24 divided by 3 is, you guessed it, 8. Now let's go down. 3 times 8 equals 24. If I have 8 in each, notice there are actually 4 flowers in each vase. And I know these are some pretty sad looking flowers without even any petals. Stems only. They must have melted away. And they weren't watered probably. Let's see if we have our response down here. And I'm looking down here, and sure enough, I do see letter C, 8. If you had that, give yourself very, very exciting +1. Okay, let's go down to the bottom here. Let's take, oh, don't want that. Let's go to our next problem. See if we can't work this out a little bit here. All right, move that up here. We have Diana drew a shape which was divided into equal parts. Which shape did Diana draw? Now, I want to look. This is one where I can use one of my favorite strategies, and that's crossing off things that don't make sense. I know, because I'm in 4th grade, and I know equal means every piece has to be the same. I can look at this piece and know that is definitely not equal to this large section over here. So I can get rid of that. It's because which shape is, or excuse me, she drew a shape which was divided into equal parts. Which shape did she draw? Okay. Oh, I see this little baby triangle. By the way, that's called an equilateral triangle where all sides are equal. I see this piece right here, this piece. Those are totally different. Getting rid of it. Next, I'm going to go to C. Oh, C looks good. Square. And then we actually have squares inside of squares. Believe it or not, there are 5 squares in this picture right here. There are 5 squares. I wonder if any of you can find that. We'll see if maybe you can figure that out later. But then I see this one. Big, tiny, bigger, huge. Not the same. Easy peasy. There we go. Let's go on to the next one. All right, let's take a look. Over here, we have our third. It says which shows the numbers in order from least to greatest. Okay. This is one of those where I really need to focus on something. Some of you are getting really good at this. This last section where it says least to greatest. I know I need to go from smallest to biggest. That's another way to say that, but a little more technical in fourth grade, we'll say least to greatest. Let's take a look. I'm going to take this in pieces. 9. Each of the thousands has a 9, so there's no way I can tell the difference there to see which one's better. Let's look at the hundreds. Go to the next largest place. 8, 8, 9, 8. Oh, I see they went out of order there by that putting this 8 here. I can get rid of that one. All right. Let's go the thousands. 9, 9, 9. No. Let's go 8, 8, 8, 9. Oh, remember we're supposed to go least to greatest so far. That's good. 5, 4. Oh, I know they went down. So I'm not going to choose B. Let's go to the letter C. We have 9, 9, 9, 9. Okay. All the same. We have 9, 8, 8, 8. Oh, that one's going down. I'm not supposed to go up. I'm supposed to go up from least to greatest, so that's not good. Now let's go down to the bottom here. We have 9, 9, 9, 9. Now, because this is the only one left, I'm really hoping this is going to be it. Otherwise, I might have to go back and check my work. So now we're good so far. Everything's in order. We have to go, remember, from least to smallest to biggest. 9, small, 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 larger. Okay, so far so good. We have 4, 5, 6, 6. Oh, so far so good. It's looking good. It's looking good. 6, 6. Oh, you know what? If I had just gone to the ones, I would have been very thrown off here. Notice there's a 4 here, 5 here, 6 here, and 6. I just need to make sure these two are in order. And sure enough, if I look at 64 and 65, they are in order. 64, 65, we are good. D, give yourself a +1. And if you didn't give yourself a +1 for number 2, go ahead and do that as well. Very happy for you if you're getting all these. Let's go down. Let's take a look at Henry. So Henry wants to buy a pair of sneakers that cost, $325. First of all, I'll tell Henry, don't spend that much. Way too expensive. You can go to Spiece, or I guess they don't have Spiece anymore. You can go to Foot Locker, and you could go to any kind of place in the mall of any kind and never pay that much for a pair of shoes. That's very expensive. Let's see. But Henry's dead set on these, so let's help him out figuring this out. I know that's probably going to be important information. $325. So far, he has saved $157. That's how much he saved so far. I'm just kind of listing information. How much more? Ooh, that gives away a big clue. How much more does he have to save to buy the speakers? Oh, well, Mr. Baguette, he's not talking about sneakers. If I had read it closer, he's talking about speakers. All right. So it's not sneakers, it's speakers. So he wants to buy some speakers. And speakers, yes, they can be kind of expensive, especially if you buy ones that sound good. How much more, though, is a subtraction? Let's start with the ones. 5 minus 7 is 2. Oh, I forgot. If the top number is smaller than the bottom number, I'm going to go over here and take one from the tens. Give him a 10 over here. 15 minus 7 is 8. We have 1 minus 5. Oh, once again, my number on top, so I need to go ahead and regroup. Take a 2, give it a 10. I'll give it actually 100. And we have 11 minus 5 is 6. And then a 2 minus a 1 is 1. He still needs, for his speakers, $168. So let's answer this. Henry needs $168. Done. Give yourself a +1 if you did that as well. All right, let's go down to our final problem. Ooh. All right. Heather wrote a basic multiplication fact, but she covered up some of the numbers. What multiplication fact did she write? Explain how you found the missing numbers. Ooh, this one at first I thought was going to be really challenging, but then I know there's really only one basic fact, multiplication that is, that gives me 49. It has to do with two factors that are exactly the same, and that's what I'm going to write. How I found the missing numbers. There are only two factors that make this number, oops, let's get rid of that last part, number sentence true. And we'll be a little bit more specific. There are only two basic factors. Be a little more specific. There are only two, and as a matter of fact, they, move this up a little bit, are identical or the same. And I'll put in parentheses 7. There we go. If you filled in up here, up at the top, right up here, a 7 and a 7, give yourself a +1 for knowing the fact. And then if you explained yourself down here with the correct response, you get also another +1. So we're going to add up our points here. And the number 1 was worth 1 point, and I didn't. I needed 2, but I didn't put the +1 here for number 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Count up your score and give yourself your points at the top. How did you do? Well, until next time, we'll see you.